Have you ever wondered why time seems to just disappear? Or why you can hyperfocus for hours on something you love, but completely forget to eat or answer a message? Maybe you've always felt a little different, like your brain's running a completely different operating system. If this sounds familiar, you might be autistic, have ADHD, or both. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If I could please ask you to hit like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. It really helps the channel and our community grow. So let's talk about the 19 signs you might be autistic, have ADHD, or like me, have both. Let's start with one of the biggest ones, time blindness. You either have no time or too much time. There's no middle ground. 5 minutes feels like 5 hours, and then 5 hours feels like 5 minutes. You'll tell yourself, I'll just scroll for a bit, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. Or you start a project thinking it'll take an hour, and somehow it eats your entire weekend. For many of us, time isn't a steady stream. It's more like a fog. We live in 2 time zones, now and not now. And no matter how many alarms or timers we set, it's still a struggle to feel time passing. This one definitely applies to my husband. He'll get in the shower when we only have 5 minutes left to leave when we're going out. And he'll get his clothes ready for an event at the very last minute. The list goes on. He has ADHD and time blindness has always been an issue for him. Number 2, executive dysfunction. This one's a big crossover for both ADHD and autism. It's not laziness, it's not lack of motivation. It's like standing in front of a mountain of things to do, knowing exactly what needs to happen, but your brain and body just won't move. It's like you've had this mental block. For me, sometimes I'll sit on the couch for hours knowing I need to do the dishes or send an email, but it's like my start button is missing. And when I finally do start, it's fine, but getting there feels impossible. Number 3, emotional dysregulation. People often think of emotional dysregulation as being sensitive, but it's not that simple. It's feeling everything, too much, too deeply, and too suddenly. Someone says something small and you either want to cry, run, or shut down. It's your nervous system going from 0 to 100 in a second. For many autistic and ADHD people, emotions don't come with a volume control. You can go from calm to overwhelmed or happy to devastated before you even understand what triggered it. Last night I was watching a movie and every time an ad came on, I started to cry. I was thinking about what had happened during the day and it finally caught up with me. Sometimes it just spills over when you least expect it. Number 4, task multiplying. Ever start cleaning one area, then notice something else, and then another thing, and suddenly you're knee-deep in 3 unfinished projects? That's task multiplying. You start one simple thing and your brain branches off into 20 directions. I'll be trying to put the laundry away, then suddenly reorganizing a drawer, then remembering an email, and somehow I end up vacuuming at midnight. It's not distraction, it's overconnection. Your brain keeps seeing patterns and possibilities everywhere, and it just can't do one thing at a time. I've been known to say out loud to myself, stay focused. It doesn't always work, but it's worth a try. Number 5, special interests and hyperfixations. These are our happy places. When we find something we love, we dive in. Hours, days, even weeks can go by while we're learning everything about it. For autistic people, special interests bring comfort and predictability. And for ADHDers, hyperfixations are exciting, electric, and often temporary. For those of us with both, it's a mix of deep obsession and sudden burnout. But either way, these interests give our lives colour, structure, and meaning. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know I had a Monster High doll collection that got way out of control. And if you're new here, my special interest was collecting these dolls. I ended up with over 1,000 and no space for them. Once I saw how out of control it got, I couldn't unsee it. It was insane. I ended up culling them and I only kept a few, and now I feel a lot calmer. Number 6, sensory sensitivities. Maybe it's that one fabric you can't stand touching, or the sound of chewing that makes you want to jump out of your skin. Or maybe you love certain sensations, soft textures, certain lights, or repetitive sounds that calm you. Sensory experiences are amplified. You might find supermarkets overwhelming, the lights, smells, and noise all hitting at once. And it's not just preferences, it's your nervous system saying, this is too much. For me, I can stay at the shops for around an hour or two before I can't stand it anymore. In that time, things start to go a little fuzzy and my ears distort, but it's still manageable. Any more than that and I'm done. Number 7, rejection sensitivity. This one can be brutal. If someone ignores your messages or uses a slightly different tone, your brain might instantly jump to, they hate me, I've done something wrong. It's not being dramatic, it's a real neurological reaction tied to emotional regulation and trauma. For me, I used to replay conversations for days, worrying I'd said something wrong. Rejection sensitivity can make relationships feel like walking on eggshells, not because we don't trust ourselves, but because we've been misunderstood so many times. It actually took me a while to start this YouTube channel because I was worried no one would watch or that people wouldn't like me. I just didn't want to put myself out there for rejection. But lucky for me, I found an amazing community of like-minded people here who have been so supportive and lovely. And for that, I thank you. Number 8, meltdowns and shutdowns. Autistic and ADHD meltdowns aren't tantrums. They're the body's way of saying it's too much. It's a sensory and emotional overload that spills out. For some, that looks like crying, yelling, pacing, or needing to stim. For others, a shutdown is going quiet, withdrawing, and going numb. I've had both, and the shame that can follow is heavy, but these aren't moral failures. They're signs your nervous system is overwhelmed. I've been known to completely shut down at times. Other times, I just snap and yell. So sorry to my family members. Number 9, inconsistent sleep needs. Sleep is chaos. Some nights you're out cold by 9 p.m, others you're staring at the ceiling until sunrise. You either sleep too much or not enough. Neurodivergent brains often have dysregulated circadian rhythms. Our internal clocks just don't match the world's schedule, and that inconsistency can fuel everything else. Focus, mood, sensory tolerance, it's all connected. All of us here in our household have sleep issues, but we're still trying to find out what works. We are getting better though, so that's something. I did a video on sleep and autism, which you can check out after this. Number 10, literal or metaphorical thinking. You might be very literal, hearing break a leg and thinking, wait, why? Or you might live in metaphors, connecting everything through imagery and feeling. Many of us switch between both. It's why communication can be tricky. Our brains process language differently. What sounds clear to one person can sound confusing or blunt to another. I'm not sure if this counts, but I reference TV shows a lot when I talk. Frasier, The Office, Seinfeld. I just find it helps me express what I'm feeling. Number 11, stimming. Stimming is self-regulation. It's the body's way of releasing energy, grounding emotion, or expressing joy. It might be hand flapping, tapping, or humming, or playing with hair. Everyone stims, but for autistic and ADHD people, it's essential. I love my Nido. My friend recently bought me a sparkly one, and I love it. It's simple, it keeps my hands busy, and helps me stay calm. Number 12, black or white thinking. You might find it hard to see the grey areas. People are either safe or unsafe. A project is either perfect or it's ruined. You're either doing a great job or failing miserably. This type of thinking often comes from trying to make sense of an unpredictable world. But life exists in shades of grey, and learning that can be freeing. I'm trying to get better with this one, so if you have any tips, please let me know. Number 13, non-linear thinking. If your thoughts feel like fireworks instead of a straight line, that's non-linear thinking. Your brain creates creative, unexpected connections. It's why neurodivergent people are often incredible problem solvers, artists, and innovators. I'm really creative. I can move furniture in my head and know exactly where everything needs to go without measuring it. It just always works out. But when it comes to things I'm not interested in, my brain just isn't having it. It checks out completely. I remember going to a job interview once and losing my way halfway through my answer. My mind just went completely blank and I just stared at the guy, lost and sweating. Needless to say, I didn't get the job. Number 14, rich internal world. Even when life outside feels chaotic, your internal world is vivid and detailed. You replay conversations, imagine alternative scenarios, or build entire worlds in your head. That richness can be a comfort and also a way to escape when things get too much. And oh boy, am I guilty of this one. I'm known to stand in the shower and be lost in daydreams that seem so real. I end up crying over imaginary death, or my kids getting kidnapped while they're getting the mail out of the letterbox. So how do I choose to channel this? I became a writer, of course. Number 15, no brain secretary. I love this phrase because it perfectly describes that feeling of having no one up there managing the files. Appointments get missed, tasks vanish into the void, and you swear you'll remember something until you don't. It's like your brain's admin department went on permanent leave. I have to write everything down or it never happens. It's as simple as that. Number 16, shame-based motivation. So many of us have learned to only act when guilt or pressure kicks in. It's that feeling of, I can't relax until I've done everything, or I can only move when I'm terrified of failing. It's not sustainable, but it is a survival mechanism. I'm really guilty of this one. Unfortunately, when I'm in creative mode, I'll tell myself I can only go to the toilet once I've finished editing or writing. It's crazy, I know. Number 17, missing the obvious. You can notice the smallest pattern or detail that no one else can see, but completely miss something obvious. Maybe you don't recognize when someone's flirting, or you miss social cues entirely, but you can sense a subtle tone shift or pattern others overlook. My husband notices the smallest details that I have to really look for, and I also struggle with social cues at times. Number 18, low frustration tolerance. When things don't go expected, like when your technology breaks, plans change, someone interrupts your train of thought, it can feel intensely aggravating. It's not that we're impatient, it's that our brains crave predictability and flow. And once we're in a rhythm, disruptions can feel like being unplugged mid-sentence. I was okay until after I got diagnosed. I just can't seem to mask anymore in public or hide my frustration. I just don't seem to have any patience at all. Last but not least, number 19, narrow range of stimulation. Neurodivergent people often just need the right amount of stimulation, not too much and not too little. Too quiet, your mind races. Too loud, your body panics. It's like living with a finely tuned sensitivity dial that never quite matches the world's volume. For me, if the TV's too loud, my hearing distorts. If it's too low, I get annoyed. And I just realized with the last few things I've said about myself, I must sound like a real party to be around. If a lot of this resonated, it doesn't mean you're broken or too much. It means your brain works differently, and that difference has value. Whether you're autistic, have ADHD, or both, understanding yourself is the first step to living with more ease and self-compassion. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who might relate. And you're definitely not alone in this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.